Hey everyone, this is Richard again with Lucro Life, and this is another short video that explains how the binary pay works. One of the things that needs to be really clear in a binary is that binaries pay to an infinite depth. That means you can have a million people on one leg and you will still get paid on those million people, whether or not you brought them into the company. So, how it works is binaries are all volume driven. Volume is the same thing as points. So our minimum is 30 points. So for every single person you have on your team, at a minimum, they're going to generate 30 points worth of volume as long as they stay active. In this scenario, let's look at how the binary pays. Depending on your rank, everybody gets paid 10% of the weaker side. This here has 5,000 points on the left leg. This right side team has 7,500 points. So at the end of the pay week, since this leg has the smaller volume, this leg is considered your weak side leg, your pay leg, or whatever you want to call it. So what happens is, depending on your rank, everybody's going to get this no matter what. So if this is your situation, and you got 5,000 points on the left side, 7,500 points on the right side, you're going to get 10% of the 5,000 points, which is a $500 bill at the end of the week. If you're up a couple of ranks, then you'll be eligible to receive up to 12%, which gives you more money on the same people. And if you're up in the higher ranks, like Ruby and above, then you can qualify for up to 15%, which would give you $750 using the same people and the same volume. So what happens? At the end of the week, the system looks up your volume. It decides how many points are each side and which side has the least amount of points of the other. So in this case, as we just said, this side has smaller number of points or smaller amount of points than this side. So the left side is going to be the weaker side. The system is going to pay you 10, 12, or 15% of the 5,000 points, and then it's going to flush those 5,000 points because it paid you those 5,000 points. In binaries, what they do is they take the same amount of points off of one side and subtract it off of the other. So to keep things simple, we say that you're getting 10%, but really you're getting, let's say, 5% on this side and 5% on that side. But it comes down to 10% total. So when you get paid on that 5,000 points and it flushes to a big old giant zero going into the next week, remember 5,000 points was taken off of this side to balance out what you got paid for. What does that mean? 5,000 points is going to be taken away from the 7,500, which means 5,000 points is going to go away. We're going to subtract it from the 7,500, and that's going to leave you with 2,500 points going into the next pay period. Okay? That means going into the next pay period, you're going to have 0 points on this side and 2,500 points on that side. A lot of people are misunderstood about binaries, and I don't know why, because it's the easiest model in the world to build. But you do get paid on every single person in your organization, regardless of what side they're on. So when you start, let's say, the second week of the pay period, you're going to start with 0 points on this side and 2,500 points on that side. So let's say week 2, you came in and you ended up with 2,500 points on this side. The system is going to say, okay, I've got 2,500 points on this side, I've got 2,500 points on this side. In this case, they balance, so you're going to get either 10, 12, or 15% of 2,500. The system is going to pay you. The week is over. You're going to go into the next week with 0 on this side and 0 on this side. Why? Because it just paid you of the a percentage of the 2,500 points on that side and the 2,500 points on this side. Anytime there is an overage, okay? What is an overage? If you have 1,000 points here, let's do this. If you have 1,000 points here and you got 250 points here, you're going to get paid 10, 12, or 15% of this amount. That same amount is going to get deducted over here, which means you've got 750 points going into the next week, and this side is going to show 0 points. So if you want to get paid on these 750 points, you have to match that at some point over here. When you do, you're going to get paid 10, 12, or 15% of the matching bonus. And if it matched again, you're going to go to 0. And the next week, you're going to start off with 0 points here and 0 points here. Let's say that you happen to be on a massive power leg, okay? So your sponsor is here, and you're still on the left side. And this is going, and this is going, and this is going. And let's say there's 1,000,000 points on this side. Okay, you just happen to be blessed enough to be right there, and this team is just going ballistic, okay? You got 1,000,000 points on that side. Every single time you generate volume or points on this side, it's clearly going to be under this, so you're going to get paid on every single instance of volume coming in on this side. So let's say this is the volume for that week, and you did 1,000 points, okay? You're going to earn 10, 12, or 15% based on your rank, okay, of 1,000 points. Coming into the next week, you just got paid 1,000, so that's going to go to 0, and this is going to go to 999, okay, because it already paid you $1,000. The next week, you go and you work hard and you come up with 5,000 points. Then 5,000 points, you're going to earn 10, 12, or 15% based on your rank of 5,000 points. 5,000 points are going to be deducted from here, and that's going to take you to what, 994. So now you got paid. You still got 994,000 points on that side, but also keep under how do I say this? Keep in mind that this number is going to continue to grow. Even though you're taking chunks out of it every week by adding more volume this week and adding 10,000 the next week and then adding 3,000 the next week, you're still removing it from this, but this leg is still growing, and every week there's more and more volume, there's more auto ships, so that number is just going to continue to climb. It's a good problem to have. Some people will say, well, why do I need to be on a leg with 1,000,000 points? I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to be? Do you want to build 2 legs or do you want to build 1? So this is an ideal situation. The more that you can build a power leg so that it basically takes on a life of its own, then all you got to do is build that 1 leg. And you can do it by tap rooting or just by helping everybody, get their 1. You add a few, somebody else adds a few. And every time you bring volume over to this side, let's say 5,000 points, it'll pay you, it'll take away whatever's here, and then whatever's left over is what's called carryover volume. So if you've never heard that term, carryover or rollover volume, we don't flush all of your points at the end of the week and start at 0. Any unpaid volume, in this case, gets rolled over to the following week, okay? I hope that clears it up, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao. Bye.